Greetings, this is Advait Karnad, and today I'm going to talk about game physics in a video game and how it can be implemented. So the game being showcased for this particular activity is a very popular video game which is known as Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This particular game is a game developed by Ubisoft and it is set in the Caribbean waters of the early 18th century. The game features lots of pirate gameplay with game physics elements like ocean waves, ship buoyancy, rain, fog, and cloud particle elements. Let us have a look at a few snippets of gameplay from YouTube. So now onto the implementation of the game physics within the video game. So what elements from the game can be implemented? There are a few elements that can be implemented using a game physics engine, and the elements are ocean surface waves, which are done using mesh wave displacements, and along with that, buoyancy and motion of a ship or a boat, which can be done using normal force and torque based on the position of the boat, and a player controller, which allows the boat to move on the water. Along with this, for the atmosphere, cloud systems can be used to emulate a cloudy day. This uses volumetric particle systems, and along with this, rain particle systems can also be used to simulate rain, which are a part of dynamic particle systems. So, to implement ocean waves, we use what are called meshes. Mesh is basically a set of points on the world which are stringed together by edges, and this allows a triangle plane to be formed, and each point can be moved based on its x, y, and z coordinate. So here you can see in the top left image, we have a wireframe of a mesh. So each point is a connection and is connected to other points around it using an edge. So each point has a particular position in the world, and we can make it a wave from a flat surface to a wave using what are known as Gerstner wave implementations. So the y coordinate of each point on the mesh can be calculated based on the x and z and the Gerstner wave approximations. So when we do this, we get what are known as waves on the mesh using displacement. So when this mesh is shaded using a shader, we get the image on the top right. So we use what are known as normal maps to emulate lighting and reflections on the water. And along with this, we use color shaders to have a different color at a depth which is below or low and a depth which is higher. So the wave crests and the wave shallows can look different. Once this is done, we can also skylight the box. So the skybox is lighted up using a particular color, and this particular color reflects off the wave mesh and gives a more deeper, richer color to the wave in the water. Finally, we have a buoyancy script which can be used to implement on objects which are to be floating on the wave. So here you can see on the bottom right, we have a ship with a particular buoyancy script. So here we can see that there are red boxes and two green spheres, each on one side of the vehicle. So on the ship, we have this particular big red box, which signifies the center of mass of the bounding box. Along with that, we have these red squares, cubes, which signify the wave water line at that particular point of time. And we have these green spheres, which also indicate the horizontal perpendicular from the normal vector of the wave. So based on the difference of heights here between the spheres and the cubes, we can calculate a torque which will cause buoyancy and rotation in the particular direction for the ship. Finally, we come to implementing rain, cloud, and fog using particle systems. So for clouds and fog, we use what are known as volumetric particle systems, which are done in a particular bounding box of volume. So in each bounding box, we have a particular set of particles which have a texture of a cloud or a fog and a normal map to make it look real. So when many of these particles are stringed together in a particular bounding box, they get a continuous fading effect which can be put onto the particle system, and this effect simulates a real fog which generates above the sea, and also clouds which move statically and slowly in the sky. Along with this, we have rain, which is a dynamic particle system, meaning that it does not require a particular bounding box to remain in the playable area. The bounding box can be kept above and far away from the playable area, and the particles will spawn at their own pace and fall down to the playing area based on the gravity and the speed configured in the physics engine. So that is all for the discussion for the game physics. We will look at the implementation in a different video using Unity in C#. Thank you for watching this presentation.